Listen, we have a great show lined up for you. I'm your host, Kim Jacobs, better known as the Balance Doctor. And all of our guests that come on, they're either people that have overcome some tremendous odds in their own lives as they balance this thing called life, or they're experts and they're here to share tips and strategies that will help you better balance and manage your life. Grab your virtual seats and let's get ready for some real, relevant, and relatable content on today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Yes, it is The Kim Jacobs Show, and we are here today with Dr. Dr. Jo Harris. How are you today, Dr. Jo?
I am blessed and fabulous.
Well, I am even more blessed and fabulous because you're here in the virtual studio audience. Where are you visiting in from today?
I am visiting from Washington State.
Oh, okay. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I think that's the beauty of this whole virtual experience, Dr. Jo, is the opportunity to be able to connect with people everywhere. I miss, one thing I miss is definitely the hugging and touching and really having that hands-on experience with my guests. So I had been looking into some studios, and I found a couple that I've kind of narrowed it down to. So I'm quite excited about that. But I don't want to ever lose this particular component either, because I love the opportunity to interview people wherever you are around the world, you know?
Yes. And I love being on your show. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Well, you are part of that whole herpreneur, right? The whole herpreneur tribe.
Yes, ma'am.
With the herbassadors, right?
Yes. So, yeah, I am the VP of I am the VP of the Herpreneur Network on the Western region. Oh, we are a Christian network. Yes, VP.
Go ahead. I didn't even know I had the distinct honor of having the VP. I know about Dr. Nikki Ziegler, and I've dealt with you many times as well, but I did not know that I was in the presence of greatness from the VP level.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I just love your network. I love everything about it. I love how you all support each other. Y'all roll deep. So I know everybody's going to be pouring in and showing their love to you today. And so tell us a little bit about the Herpreneur Network too. I don't want to start there yet. I actually want to introduce you and tell everybody who you are. And then I want to hear about the Herpreneur Network for a second.
All right.
Before we get into our topic. Is that fair?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, everybody. Listen, we're talking with Dr. Jo Harris, and she is a mental health expert, a best-selling author, and she is the owner of Calming Minds, LLC. I'm so honored to have her here with us today, and I cannot wait for you all to learn some tips on how to better manage our mental health. Are y'all ready for this in the studio audience? Because I'm telling you, you're in for a treat. So let's see who's visiting in with us. I see you all. Good morning, Benita. So glad to have you share the broadcast. I see all of you that are getting into your virtual seats. We'll make sure throughout the broadcast that we acknowledge you. Thank you for being here today. And what we're going to do is take our first commercial break. When we come back, we're going to hear from Dr. Jo Harris. We'll be right back right after this commercial break.
I'm attorney Charles Everidge. I started out representing insurance companies until my father was seriously injured at work. 4 of his fingers were amputated. Our family went through a lot, so I know what you're going through as an injured worker. If you've been hurt on the job, call me now. I'll fight to get the workers' comp benefits you may deserve. I'll fight for you like family. Put my experience to work for you. Call 704-457-5000, the first call for injured workers.
Everyone, we're back and we are talking with Dr. Jo Harris today. We're going to be talking about mental health and what it means and how to be able to get a better handle on it if you're dealing with things at a whole different level. But I know that you are the vice president of the Herpreneur Network. So tell us about the Herpreneur Network, some.
Wow. You know, this network has been a part of my life for over a year and a half since I've been with it, and I've been a VP of it since it's brought up. But the founder is Dr. Nikki Ziegler. She is inspirational to me, and this network is a network of Christian women in business, and we uplift their crowd, we fix their crowd, we help them, and it's a lot of collaboration in the network. We collaborate, we help each other out, we love on each other. It's a wonderful platform. So if you guys need to join it, because you would not be disappointed.
That's awesome. I was actually looking to see if I could tag her, but you probably already tagged her. So, but I know she'll pop in if she knows that you're on. But yeah, I think that every woman that I've encountered through the Herpreneur Network so far has just been very warm and welcoming and exciting and full of life and just on a mission is what I think I will kind of see. Everybody's about your business, but you're also very supportive of each other. And I admire that. So I just wanted to acknowledge it. So today we're talking about mental health specifically. And as people are coming in, you can ask your own questions that you may have personally, or just some things that just plague you regarding mental health. And you just want to know the answer if you can get it from a live person that focuses in this area. So make sure you ask your questions throughout today's discussion. But why were you so interested in your journey, Dr. Joe, in becoming interested in learning more about mental health? Was there something that was going on in your personal life that made you interested in this subject matter?
You know, when you tell God your plans and God just sit back and like, no, that's not the plan I had for you. Because, I didn't start it as a mental health professional. Actually, I started as an RN.
I gotta lean back. Tell us about it. What was going on? So you were just going for nursing?
Yes, I went for nursing. Actually, I finished nursing. I was a teen mom, so I knew that I had to take care of my child, and I knew that when I graduate, that's going to be the field that I need to go in to make money, so I can be able to take care of me and her. So I went into RN. I went to a registered nurse. I became a registered nurse. I worked into the ER for quite some time, and as well, because I was a teen mother. I had 2 girls and a boy during that time. So I knew that I had to find a job that I know that I'm going to get in a job in that field to take care of me and my children. So that brought me there. But what really brought me into mental health is that we have, as a community, like people like me and you, is a stigma on mental health. And within my family, we have a whole lot of mental health. And I seen my mom went through it as she developed, and I seen my brother went through it, and I have a cousin that's been substance abuse, which was an addiction and stuff like that. So I wanted to really know why we do certain things with our mind and why things happen around us and what makes us people go into mental distress. So that really what brought me into going into the mental health field.
That's interesting. That's good to know, because so you had some personal situations, personal family members that were within your reach, immediate family, extended family, and you were becoming intrigued by the fact of what is causing these mental health crises in my own family type of thing.
Yes.
Wow. And then with you being a young mom, especially you saying a teen mom, did that cause you to have any kind of mental breaks or anything, or were you pretty much handling it with stride and going on about your business?
You know what? it causes me to, I was like, so when I was developing as a mental health professional, and I was a teen mom, and I began to be in the field of nursing. So I began to draft away from it because it really was putting a toll on me, because I was working all the time. I worked graveyard shift, and my kids was always in daycare, and the daycare lady was raising. She probably loved me. She loved me because she had all my kids since they was born, but being a RN and working so much, I missed a whole lot of milestones in between my children's lives. So I need to get into another field I don't have to work on the weekends. I don't have to work on the holidays. So that's when I went into being a mental health professional. But being a mental health professional, as my mental health, I was so mentally drained as a nurse. So I started to see my work being affected by it. So I had to transition into something that I know that I can be passionate about.
Right.
I know I would like the nurse. I did my job well, but I wasn't passionate about it.
So
I went into something that I loved it to do, and that's working with other people, help them through their mental health challenges, because I went through mental health challenges as well.
Okay. And so did you help your family members that you had been using them kind of as an examples that were inspirational for you becoming interested in the field? Did you reach back and try to help some of them through some of the things you had observed earlier before you became this expert?
And you know that the funny thing is I did. My mom, she passed away, and that was really devastating to me because me and my mom was close. Right. And I went through a transition of going through grieving, and when I was going through grieving, because I got my PhD by grieving. I didn't got it like, okay, I'm gonna get my PhD in this. I already had masters and stuff, but I got it by grieving because people grieve totally different.
That's right. Everybody.
I grieved in education. And when I say education, I was blessed to not have any loans, but I grieved it so much in education that I wasn't accepting the fact that I had a lot of loss and death in my family.
So you had your mom pass, which I don't know how long it's been, but I just want you to know you still have my deepest condolences because my mom is still here on this earth, but my mom's mom passed. And my mom has said that there is no loss like having her mom not being here, where she talked to her every day and loved on her and got advice from her. So I can't, when people say, oh, I can only imagine. No, I really actually can't imagine if I haven't had that happen. So with your mom transitioning from this earth, were other people rallying around you and supporting you during that time of bereavement?
With that, I am the middle child, and they look up to me for everything.
So the older ones look up to you, and the younger ones look up to you. So you're kind of like a role model in the house.
Yeah. So I was the one that try to be. You know how you have that strong one in the family, and nobody really on the strong one.
I feel like I'm that person.
But we always check on everybody else, but nobody checks on us. So when I was the middle child, and I was over all my mama's estate. I didn't know it. I thought she had my older sister, but she had me. And I was grounded in doing everything that my mama wanted me to do, but as well as my siblings. So when I'm the middle child and you grounded and everything else, everybody wants you to do everything, and then everybody coming from different directions.
Right.
And it's like, what is going on? Y'all need to stop.
It's like, it's overwhelming. So though, because of your area of expertise, when something is problematic, I actually want to read what the CDC says about mental health. The Center for Disease Control says that mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, how we feel, and how we act. And it also determines how we handle stress, how we relate to other people, and how we make healthy choices. So it's so important at every stage of life, whether it's from childhood to adolescence through even adulthood, according to the CDC. I think that just that paragraph that I just read about the mental health, it puts it in perspective that if we're having challenges relating to other people, communicating with other people, loving on other people, having some level of balance where we're able to handle the daily stressors of life, then that's when I think it becomes problematic. Is that from your perspective too, or what's your thoughts on that?
From my perspective, it is how, although you go through these mental health challenges and how you handle day-to-day activities, sometimes we don't know how to handle stressful activities, stressful events. And sometimes we go to other means like alcohol, like sex addiction, like education, like withdrawal, depression. So you have to really teach yourself how to handle other means of coping mechanism, which is one of them is going to a therapist, so that therapist can help you cope with life around stressors, because stressors can lead into other conditions. And most people don't think that mental health is very important, but it's just like we're going to the doctor. If our blood pressure is high, we're going to the doctor to get it checked. So we need medication for blood pressure. So
That's
don't
right.
we need medication for blood pressure to get better, to manage our blood pressure? We also, and with mental health, people don't think you need medication for anxiety, depression, PTSD, and all that. But you do need medication along the way to manage it.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. And I believe even with counseling, it shouldn't always be when it's some major crisis, but it should be implemented and maintained as a form of maintenance. Just this is what kind of is a good outlet for me to be able to talk about some things that I've been dealing with and that do cause me more triggers and stressors. And having that therapist is a blessing in my opinion. So I look at that as a win-win situation versus, oh, I'm only going here because I'm in this bad way at this point, you know? So, okay, listen, I see some of you all in the virtual studio audience and you're chiming in. And Lady Justine Hilliard said that, Christian people don't go to no therapist. I know that's how she said it. That's why I said it like that. She's like, girl, What's your thoughts about that, Dr. Joe?
And one of the things, it is a stigma with Christian people because we always pray. And when I was coming up, my mom, we didn't believe people like us, brown and black people like us, even in different cultures, don't really believe in therapy. So they had a stigma on it, like you're going to read the Bible and you'll be okay. That's just that you acting out. So I'm gonna read the Bible and pray over you. But you have to realize that along the way, God put people in your life to help you along the way, along with Bible, scripture, and all that. But also God bless people to do what they do and bless their mind and bless their talent so that they can help you go through and navigate through the challenges that you have.
Yes, well, preach over there, Dr. Josephine. I actually do agree with the fact that God uses people and gifts us with different talents that he wants us to use to help other people. And a lot of his work, in my opinion, comes through us as being the vehicles to be able to make it become a reality in other people's lives by teaching them the process. So sometimes, even if people never read a Bible, they may read you. And you or me should be the Bible as a living witness of what's happening. That's my philosophy. That's Kim Jacobs' philosophy over here. Okay. All right, everybody, listen. I see you, and let me see what your name is. The Naye. The Naye. I hope I'm saying it right. The Naye. I love that, Lindsay. Okay, so you're an administrative law judge too, and you said, can you please post a link to be able to join? Probably the Herpreneur Network is what she's probably talking about. Is there a link that allows people to join the network?
Yes, you can get just I type it in the chat.
Okay, well, we'll put it in the private chat and we'll pull it over so you can learn how you can join the Herpreneur Network. All right, that's awesome to know. Now, when I was also looking into more about mental health, I realized that there are some real common mental illnesses. Like it says here, mental illnesses are among the most common health conditions in the United States. More than 50% will be diagnosed with a mental illness or a disorder at some point in their lifetime. And 1 in 5, that's a lot of folk. 1 in 5 will experience a mental illness in a given year. So within this year, this calendar year, 1 in 5 people, that is us, some girlfriends, herpreneur people, whatever, some people from my Mother Dreamer movement or from people from eWomen Network that I'm a part of, and I'm the managing director in the Charlotte area. If I'm sitting with like 4 other people, one of us is going to experience some type of mental illness that year. That's huge. Even children, Dr. Joe, it says 1 in 5 children, either currently or at some point during their lifetime, have had seriously debilitating mental illnesses. Let's talk about that. What are your thoughts?
Well, we as people, as parents, aunties, uncles, grandparents, and all that, one, with children, we don't realize children have mental health issues, mental health challenges. They go through depression, they go through anxiety, they go through trauma, they go through all types of mental health issues, but
yes,
we focusing on they so young, they don't deal with that. They just acting out, or they just not in the place, or they in a wrong in an environment they shouldn't be in. But children go through depression. Children at the age of 7 go through depression. At the age of 7 go through anxiety.
yes.
So you have to really listen to your children. You have to really understand mental health issues, because it's very difficult dealing with mental health issues. And some people don't want to accept the fact that they have mental health issues. And mental health issues, most of the time, people think that mental health issues come from like schizophrenic or bipolar or things like that, but it doesn't. Sometimes you can have a lot of stressors come in your life, like dealing with school, dealing with bullying, dealing with girls and teenagers. They think that they're dealing with depression because of they look. People try to fit in.
Wow. Yeah.
People think about little teenagers, kids in school thinking about weight gain.
Yeah. There are so many stressors. I'm being a mom of 5 children. I've witnessed how they go through so many different phases, and all of them are important at that particular time in their lives. And so when my children, one of my children one time was like in cry mode, I mean, like serious stress whenever I would take the child to this particular building. And I had to stop and realize, what if something's happening that I'm unaware of, and I'm kind of forcing this situation to happen? And so I would try to get clarity. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I listened to what was happening, and I'm glad that I reacted accordingly, because it was more favorable for my particular child's outcome. And I'm not saying him or her, because then it's gonna, kind of allude to who it is or whatever. But I have multiple children that have all of my kids, not even one or the other, all of them have dealt with different things that they've experienced that were important for as a parent, that I've recognized this is what is their stressor that's real for them. And so as parents, we have to hear our children, don't we?
Yes. We have to really listen to our children, because what's important to them might not be important to you, but it's very important to them.
Yes.
It's very say for instance, you might be talking to your teenage daughter, and she might be just starting out dating, and her boyfriend might have did something to her, but you thinking that it's not important to you.
And Dr. Joe, first of all, I hadn't even thought about, okay, I have one daughter, right? So for you to just do that makes me bring out my black cloth. Now I'm like, oh, okay.
You gotta think about it.
A whole different realm over here, because I was not even thinking about the dating phase. I'm just thinking about, getting to work and going to school and basics, just turning 15, blah, blah, blah. Man, you done threw in dating? Girl, that's a whole different world that's going to be opened up to me, huh? I'm not ready for that. I can tell you that right now.
It is. One thing is being open to letting your kids talk to you. Don't put so much fear in them that they scared to talk to you.
Well, let me ask this. Go
ahead.
No, I was gonna ask you. I'm getting ready to get some personal counseling for a second, so you go.
so being open to letting your children, whether it's a boy or a girl, you letting them express their feelings, and you don't really engage in those feelings. You let them express your feelings, because if you argue, if you cut your eyes and you look, oh my goodness, another one, they're not gonna really tell you what's going on in their life if that's how you present yourself to them. Right. With my children, we have 7 children, and I'm very open with my children, and we always have that dinner, sit down at the table, no repercussions, talk at the table. You tell us how you feel, you tell us what's going on, and we have no repercussions. And that's the time we express our feelings, and they express their feelings, and I let them express their feelings. So we leave it at the table, and we don't say nothing else about it unless they bring it up to us and we talk. And they are so open with me. They come to me and they trust me. It's because I give them that opportunity to express their feelings and not having repercussions behind it.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Just so you know, I have that time where we just talk candidly. Sometimes my mom's like, "Whoa, y'all be talking real regular raw type of stuff. Like, this is a little bit too much, right?" But I'd rather have super candid, descriptive discussion, so that everybody gets a chance to say their piece on whatever the topic is. There's no need to sugarcoat or play games or anything. Let's just talk it out, what's going on, and here's what I think about it as a parent. and also what you think about it, because then that keeps that open line of communication going. But there are some times when we don't come eye to eye. We don't agree on something that needs a decision to be made. And so that's where I wonder, that was going to be my question to you. How do you handle when you don't agree? Now, I'm the balance doctor. I wrote a book, Extreme Balance Makeover, how to have better balance, better solutions, better focus, and a better life. So I have a whole bunch of like how to have a great parent-teen relationship, all kind of tips in this book, right? That you can get at kimjacobshow.com. Y'all can get the book. All right. But the thing is, let me put just 2 seconds. I never put this up, but since I said it, I might as well tell you. Go to kimjacobshow.com and you can get any of the books that we do have over there. And you can even get an ebook of Extreme Balance Makeover. But let me say, I'm in a conundrum personally, Dr. Joe, because I personally don't agree with one of the things that my daughter and I are discussing. In this particular case, I want her to do it the way that I think she should do it, but she's pretty strong-willed, and she's like, why do we want to do that? Why do I need to do that? Tell me some benefits to do it. I'm like, girl, I need Dr. Joe. Help me, Dr. Joe.
Let me tell you, I went through that with one of my daughters and one of my sons, and for my philosophy, and I didn't agree with what they did. I told them they should do it this way, but with me, I like, okay, if that's how you want to do it, then I'm going to support you no matter what. But sometimes we have to let our children learn from that and see what they did, see what she did, make what mistakes she did, and she have to learn from it.
Oh, but see, okay, now I'm going to open it up to the virtual studio audience. Do you, okay, and I didn't even type the question, but here's the question.
And it all depends on what age.
Oh, okay. The question is, do you allow your minor child, I'm typing a question, minor child, to make a decision that you don't agree with as a parent? That is a question I want to hear the answer, everybody. Chime in.
With your child, your daughter is 15 years old. I had my daughter was 15 years old, and she did a decision. She wanted, me and her didn't agree on some certain thing. And with a minor child, you have to really be firm.
Right.
You have to really be consistent. And you have to really explain it to her. This is what's going to happen if you do it this way. So sometimes with minor children, although you don't agree on the decision that she make, you are the parent. So sometimes you have to be the bad guy.
That's my answer. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot this because this is gonna be a question. Do some kind of pose, Dr. Joe, because I'm gonna put this question up later. Yeah, I'm gonna put that on Facebook. Do you know like, huh?
It all depends on what decision it is. So if it's a decision going to hurt her in the future, then you have to really see what's going on. Sometimes we get in the mind place of, back then you want to do what I say, not what I do.
Right. And now, the thing is, she does. I'm using this as an example, but she does everything I say. I mean, everything without any. She's the most obedient child. And is such a hard worker, an A honor roll child. So this girl is like, if she doesn't agree with something, then I need to, clear my ears out and take a moment, Kim, and hear her. So it's a bizarre catch-22 situation because she does do so much and to be compliant with every request that I have. So when she kind of gives me a rebuttal or butts up again, she doesn't do it in any disrespectful way, so I'm not painting it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is, I see Justine Hilliard said, nope.
Nope. No, Justine
not gonna happen. You're gonna do what I say.
But you got to really, although you have the decision, she had the decision to make, you still hear what she has to say. That don't mean that's going to be her decision since she's a minor.
Right.
But you can hear her what she said, because if not, you don't hear what she said, then she's not going to come back when it's something very important to tell you.
That's good. I agree with you. You're doing an amazing job giving us some mental health tips already today. Justine Hilliard said that no, let me put my glasses, Justine. They said no, we basically control everything our children did as much as possible until they were 18. So if they did it, we didn't know about it. She's like, whatever they did, we sure didn't know about it because we told
that's
them.
Right, Justine.
But Lady so Justine, right. Like, oh, up in this house, right? I put the actual link in case you want to come on screen and share your thoughts, Lady Justine Hilliard. Feel free to just copy and paste that. And Catherine says, true that. She like, true that. I'm making all kind of words.
That's a herpreneur. That's a true.
Yo, listen, we're talking today with Dr. Jo Harris, and we're talking about mental health, how important it is, how we are affected by it, how society is affected by it. There's so much going on around the world that impacts our mental health. So when we come back after this commercial break, Dr. Jo, I would love for us to just talk from the perspective of what can we do as a society to try to have better outlets, better solutions for people to have better control over our own individual mental health, not even trying to fix everybody else. But what can we do to start with our own mental health to just make that a better place? Because if we do that, maybe the rest of society can course correct itself. We'll be right back right after this commercial break, everybody. We'll be right back.
I have peace of mind with Silver Shield Security, which has been protecting my family and home, along with servicing the Carolinas for over a decade. Silver Shield Security knows the importance of convenience and safety. Whether you live in an apartment, a home, or run a business, they are here to protect you from unwanted intrusions and fires. Call now at 704-440-4688 or visit the website at www.silvershield-security.com. You can use my promo code #ToneX and get 1/2 off your installation price. Don't forget to ask about the new no money down options. Let Silver Shield Security help to give you peace of mind, just like me and my family, and keep your business safe.
All right, everybody, and we're back. That's Silver Shield Security, and you can reach out to them at silvershield-security.com and let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. We're also sponsored today by CTR Media Network, and if you have not learned about that podcasting outlet, the Kim Jacobs Show is actually a part of it, and streams in 100 countries and 350 million households. So definitely check out ctrmedianetwork.com. And if you're interested, I have a form that you can send over saying that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. So, Dr. Jo, what advice do you give from right before commercial break, what we were talking about?
One of the things I was talking about of you have to really, although your children a certain age and the minor, although you need to really listen to them, but you have to say so because you're the parent.
Right. Yeah. Legally, you have to say so, but is that going to be detrimental to the relationship is the only, especially if it's a compliant person. But one of the things we were talking about right before we cut to commercial break is how can we as a society gain control over our own mental health from your perspective so that we can just make the world a better place?
One of the things is that you really have to recognize that you have a mental health issues and you have to deal with it. And you don't really have to have a mental health issue. You can have a stress, because stress is mental health. Because you're dealing with your body stress. There's good stress, there's bad stress. So you have to recognize when your body going through a transition of rejection of stress. And what I mean rejection of stress is knowing that you get burnt out, you get tired, you get overwhelmed when you're doing things, you get frustrated, you withdraw from people, you be sad. And so you have to recognize these signs and symptoms so that you can have a look out of who you are and see. It's okay to not be okay some days, but seek the professional help that you need. You don't even have to go to therapy just because you're not feeling good. Sometimes you go to therapy just to enhance.
That's what I believe. That's what I believe. But sometimes people are in denial. And I can say personally, there are days that are more overwhelming than others, whatever I have going on that day. And I'll recognize it. And guess what I'll do? I will go and straight take a nap or just be like, that's it. my body talking to me. I'm like, my body said, Kim, enough is enough. Take a break. And guess what? By me listening to my body, I feel so much better, and I'm able to accomplish even more than I would have accomplished if I just kept getting tingly or face numb feeling. And I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna make it happen. Oh, again, no. If the whole world crashes down over, that's not my philosophy anyway. If the world comes crashing down while I'm taking this nap, then the world's gonna come crashing down.
And you know, one of the things for me, when especially when you work from home, take breaks in between. When you work it, take a breaks in between. Get up. If you're working in the office, get up, go drink some water, get up and go outside, walk around. And never, one of the things I said, tell everybody, never, ever have lunch at your desk, because guess what? Regardless if you have lunch at your desk, you're going to still continue to work.
And that's so true. Even on your computer, you'll get like sticky stuff. It's like, no way, come just go to the table, go out on the porch. Just anything. I'll take a sandwich and I'll go on my rocking chair and I'll just sit there and eat the sandwich. And sing. God, even if I'm singing, I pray to God nobody can hear through the little Ring cameras, because I'm gonna be making all kind of noise. I'll be like, Lord,
because I work from home and I don't eat to my desk. I take a lunch break. I actually go out for lunch. I go to a park, or I go sit in Starbucks, or I go to a restaurant.
Me too.
I don't really stay home and eat lunch.
Yeah. I'll go up to the local ice cream shop and just sit out on the little patio thing, or I'll sit in my car and I'll eat. I'm like, you know what? It's my break. It's my 30-minute lunch break, or my 1 hour lunch break, or whatever it is. And I go and I take that time, or I'll just go to a different part of the house and make sure that I'm not in the area that I'm doing my work. That's a great tip that you're sharing. Let's see.
You know what? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. You go.
You know why it's very important when you take lunch and you not eat it at your desk is because when you take lunch, that's time is to wind down and recollect your thoughts. Yeah. Sitting at a desk, you're not going to wind down and recollect your thoughts, because guess what? You're going to be doing other things. You're going to be eating, looking at computer, checking your emails, looking at your phone, sitting at the phone, checking your messages. So you're not really giving yourself enough time to wind down to start another hour of your day.
That's good that you said that too, because when I do eat and do something else, whether even if I'm in a different area and I'm still on my phone, sometimes I'll eat my last bite and I'll be like, what in the world? I know I ate the tuna sandwich. I forgot I ate the tuna sandwich, which is crazy because I'm actually getting ready to go and take one more bite, but it's gone. So where did it go? Nobody's around me. Where it went is in my stomach, but because I'm so programmed, that I'm all focused on something else, then I now have taken my mental state over to this area, and now I missed the boat and forgot I even ate.
Yeah.
That's insane to me. That's insane for me, not insane for you. It's insane to me for me. So, all right, let's see. Some comments are coming in. I see you, Catherine. She says that I work in an office and I take lunch at my desk all too often. So, Catherine, and we're going to definitely let the real expert in this regard tell you, but I recommend wholeheartedly that you go outside, sit on the little, I don't care, you know, back in the day when you sit on the curb, you know how you sit on the curb when you were a kid, you'd be like, okay. Any advice to Catherine?
Let me tell you, Catherine, I know you say you work in an office, but take lunch at your desk. Let me tell you, you really want to take lunch away from your desk, because in a mental, your mind is programmed to eat lunch and do work. And you're really not really collecting your thoughts and thinking about winding down, being relaxed and calming. So one of the things of taking lunch is to calm. It's a calm mechanism. So you're going to calm down before you even start your day back over again. Because guess what? When you go back to work, you're constantly working. Your mind constantly going and going and going. So one of the things is lunch is very important to take away from your desk, because now you winding those thoughts down.
Yep, that's some good advice. Okay, let's see what's another one. Let me see. Let's see here. Somebody said, right. Did I see that comment? This comment's coming in. Yeah, okay. Coach Ann said, that's right. And she said that she does that way too often. So she's got to get that. Catherine's going to stop doing that. I mean, some of the stuff that you're hearing here on the Kim Jacobs Show from this expert, which is Dr. Jo Harris, who owns Calming Minds LLC and deals with mental health all the time. She's telling you to stop doing that, and you can stop doing that today. What time lunch? Don't go sit at your desk today. I don't care if you just walk down the hallway and sit at somebody else's desk. Say, girl, I'm gonna join you for lunch today, but I gotta get away from my desk. Do something. Shift. Okay. All right. Let's see. One of the Facebook users says self-preservation is important. When you are on a plane, the flight attendant tells you if a plane is going down, you have to put your own mask on before helping everyone else. And make sure you identify yourself if you want me to acknowledge you by name. But we all learn that. You cannot help somebody else and you passed out. You can't. Simple as that. It's like, how you go? You look over and the child depending on you and you laid out, you're like, well, dog, I really wish you had put your oxygen mask on first.
Yes.
So that I could get the help I needed from you since I am a minor, Take a break at the YMCA is very relaxing, especially in the sauna.
It sure is.
I could stay in the sauna and I could stay in the steam room way too long, especially if they put that eucalyptic. I'd be like,
yes.
They'd be like, ma'am, you need to come out just to allow somebody else to come in, okay?
That is the most relaxing in the sauna. It is.
Yes. And I see your comments still coming in. Y'all, you can definitely share this broadcast. Let people know that we're talking about mental health, but in a fun way. We're talking with Dr. Josephine Harris, and she is well established in her own right, owns Calming Minds LLC. I'd love for you to tell us about your company and so we can learn more as well.
Well, with my company, I'm gonna tell you, when I first developed Calming Minds, it was placed on my heart with God, because one of the things that I went through is a lot of challenges, because I have ADHD. So one of the things, I have an ADHD coach, so that's why I came up with the name of Calming Minds, because one of the things that was placed in my heart by God is that I have to really calm my mind in order for me to focus on who I am and who I really am. So that's where I came up with the name.
Okay. That's good. And so what do people get when they experience Calming Minds?
When they get the experience, I'm one of the ones that will help you through challenges as a therapist. I'm also a mental health coach as well. So as a therapist, my specialties is in ADHD, PTSD, military, psychology, anxiety and depression. And I also deal with children from the age of 7 to 18, dealing with depression, anxiety, and PTSD, and dealing with trauma.
Wow. Okay. So quite a wide variety of services and ages that you serve as well. I want to pull up the website, calmingmindsllc.com, and we'll share with you again how you can stay connected with Dr. Jo directly. But on her website, welcome to Calming Minds LLC. I thought this was just very calming just to see where mental health matters. There are telehealth appointments that are available, and they are serving. You do serve beyond these areas, Colorado and Washington, or just those areas?
Just those areas, and I do international.
Okay, so if you're in the Colorado or Washington State area and international as well, you can book a telehealth appointment with Calming Minds LLC. And these are some of the things that you'll receive: comprehensive mental health services, competitive rates, cultural diversity, friendly and knowledgeable, highly trained mental staff, over 10 years of experience in motivational speaking, and what is that? Let me put these glasses back on. Is it Gable?
Empowerment. Oh, I got to correct that.
Oh, anyway, it's global. I was like, what? That was Gabe. I was like, what? I'm girl. Every time I see a G, I think of my son Gabe. So I'd be like, is that Gabe Empowerment? Like, girl, everything is not Gabe.
And I do have, like, you can click on the services, the resources for more. I have a plethora of resources that will help you with more. Click on the more.
Okay. Links and resources.
Yes, I have a plethora of them, of different resources that you can click on, find, and link and all, and get connected with.
Oh, this is so good. So this is like a one-stop shop, you guys. If you're looking to be able to have a way to deal with Alcoholics Anonymous and to connect with them, and how to go connect with the Center for Online Addiction and the National Domestic Violence, Suicide Prevention, Attention Deficit Hyperactivity, all of these are resources. PTSD, Healthy Minds, mesothelioma, which is okay. So it's lots of different things. And you can also see the phone number here as well. But I'm going to put this link right in your comment section and you can stay connected. The other thing I wanted to point out here on this website that I also think is a great thing is some of the featured products that they have. So when you're on the homepage, you definitely can learn more about Live Your Faith Out Loud. Tell us about that book and what you want readers to walk away with.
With that, Live Your Faith Out Loud, it's teaching me. I went on a mission trip to help kids in Jamaica overcome different mental health challenges. So I talk about the challenges that they went through and how I helped them to navigate through them.
Wow. Okay. And so you wrote a chapter in that book.
Yes.
Okay. So what happens is these books, she is a contributing author, Resilience in Hard Times, which the visionary is Paulette Harper in this book. And you wrote a chapter in there. Tell us about that.
With that chapter, I wrote a chapter about grieving, how I overcame grieving, and a lot of it dealing with my mental health. So how I overcame grieving with my mom and how God presented me with the opportunity to help other people who went through grieving.
That's good. Okay. And then I actually just tagged Dr. Yolanda Jerry too. So my walk past hell, and I've had some of the authors, you were one of them, come on to the Kim Jacobs show and talk about your walk past hell. What was your chapter about there?
That one was with my relationship with my husband, the abuse that I went through, the verbal and mental and emotional abuse I went through. So I overcame that as well.
Wow. And Women Who Pray.
Yes, that is a devotional book for women who pray. 90 women with different prayer. They help you through different challenges in your life.
Excellent. Listen, there are many other products as well, but we're going to give you the opportunity to go to Calming Minds LLC, and you'll be able to peruse and get your own copy today. Go ahead, and it's some life-changing things here. You don't have to walk around stressed out with no solutions when you have people like Dr. Josephine, Dr. Joe, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show talking to you today. Now, you have taken on so many different roles and responsibilities, which has earned you some awards as well. So we're going to talk about that when we come back. But I do want to acknowledge, because you talked about your husband and the abuse that you experienced. You want to tell us what God blessed you with on the other side of this mountain?
Yes, with we are a blended family. So with my past relationship, I was in a very emotional and mentally abused relationship. But once I got out of that, my husband that is now my husband, God had blessed me with him, and he's such a sweetheart.
Oh, look how he makes you laugh. I had to find another picture too, because I have several pictures, but that one right there just kind of sums it up. Look at the joy. Tell me what you were feeling in that picture right there.
He was whispering something in my ear.
And you must remember what it is, because you still giddy silly.
I do, but I'm not going to say it online.
You better not. Lord have mercy. Keep it to yourself. But that's a good thing to be able to still remember what he whispered in your ear that day.
Yeah, and that was one of the galleys we was at, the called Green Heart Community. So we was in Maryland during that time. We was advocating for mental health awareness.
Okay. That's you got me over here laughing. I'm like, I don't know what he done said to you, but he got you still laughing like.
Yeah, I still remember what he said, and we were just talking about that last night. Like, you remember what you said on that picture?
Y'all so crazy. You look so happy, and I'm so happy for you that God blessed you to have a second chance and have a happier outcome than what you were experiencing years ago. So to God be the glory. Okay, listen, we are enjoying ourselves talking with Dr. Josephine, Dr. Joe Harris. When we come back, we're going to hear about some upcoming events that she will be featured and highlighted and speaking. You're going to be able to be, if you're in any of those cities, you're going to be able to stay connected with her and hear some empowerment. So we'll be right back right after this commercial break.
Welcome to Confidence Tones, where we use a proprietary audio.
All right, everyone. And if you want to learn more about confidence tones, all you have to do is reach out to our America's Top Health Coach, Dr. Jo D. Baer, and she has all of the information that you need to get you connected. drjod.com, and her phone number is 800-820-0854. Let her know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you her way. All right, Dr. Jo, tell us about this. You have so many great things happening, but let's just start here.
Oh, wow. Yes, I will be speaking in the Girl Who Was in Hawaii in October 12th through the 17th. I will be actually doing a workshop dealing with mental health and how to overcome mental health challenges and how to recognize it.
Oh, my goodness. So you go, what part of Hawaii?
Kauai.
Oh, Kauai. Okay. I love Maui. Oh, my goodness.
Not Maui. I love Maui too.
Girl, I love some Maui, but Kauai, that's fine too. Okay, let's see. Where are you going to be?
Yes, that is the Herpreneur Network. Is our founder is Dr. Nikki Ziegler. We will be hosting the Her Experience in Dallas, Texas. I'm telling you, you guys got to come out from April 21st through the 23rd. We are still looking for vendors, speakers, and come out and just enjoy yourself. You would not be disappointed.
Oh my goodness. Now we still need that network link because someone had asked early in the broadcast and I see you started typing it. I think I started asking you questions. So I see in the background, we got to get the whole link out there. So let me let you type the link. Let me go to some of the virtual studio audience comments right quick. And Dr. Jo said, hey, she's saying hey to somebody out there. And let's see, love you, Dr. Jo. Queen, this is awesome, Coach Ann said. She said, this is just awesome. Let's see who else. Hello, Dr. Jo. We love you. Sandra Rumpf Jackson said. And she said, this is awesome. Hey, Dr. Jo. Simone said as well. So everybody is commenting and just sending shout outs to you saying, hey. Vanita said, hey, beautiful. All of that. Okay, so lots of great comments coming out. Let's see. Good stuff, Dr. Jo. And I see a whole paragraph here from Lady Justine Hilliard. She said, I'll be in an interview today for my business, and they have asked if more youth can show up to be recorded and talk about our sessions on violence. If you could bring your kids and don't mind being recorded, please meet me at the Change the World Church around 5:30 p.m. today. I will have some sandwiches, chips, and drinks. And I hope to see you soon. Thanks in advance and love you. That's awesome. Make sure you all go out to Change the World Church if you're in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. And today at 5:30, they're going to be in need of some children that don't mind sharing their stories. Okay. So thank you so much for sharing that information, Lady Justine. Angela House said, hey, Kim, great show as always. Thank you so much, Angela. All right. There's a YMCA right down the street from you, Catherine. Make sure you get there today. And somebody said, I love the colors of your website, Coach Ann said. All right. And here she already put this link here, the herpreneurnetwork.com. That's how you can join the Herpreneur Network. Let me put that here. Okay, so what's a big announcement I keep hearing about? Tell us, Dr. Jo.
Well, my big announcement is I'm seeking individual. I'm doing a mental health campaign in the month of mental health, which is May. So I'm seeking people who can do a 60-minute talk about why their mental health matters and give us a background of your business and talk about why your mental health matters. So that was the huge announcement.
Okay, y'all. So if you are interested in being featured, make sure you share your story. And I'm going to share with you where you can share your story with Dr. Jo, and you may be considered to be a part of this big discussion on why your mental health matters. All right, this is some good stuff. Anything else that you want to share with people that you didn't get to share so far?
Well, we also have another event coming up And actually this month, March 16th in California, which is going to be the Her Awards, which is brought by Herpreneur Network, which is going to be the host by Jacquees, going to be hosting that, and I will be there.
Let me see if I can find that too. I know I probably have it here somewhere. I see Dallas. I see Oh, this is huge. I do have the picture. Let me pull this up. Okay, so look at y'all. Y'all get ready to go. The Her Awards. That's like that looks like some Grammy style right there. Look at that.
Yes, Jacquees Spikes is going to be the host of the show. And our lovely founder, Dr. Nikki Ziegler, I just love her to death.
I do too. I think she's just so amazing. And look at you all. Y'all are going to have the pink carpet at 6 p.m. on March 16th. And then 7 p.m. is the awards. The tickets are only $99. You can go to herpreneurnetwork.com and get their tickets.
Yes, and everything is on the flyers. The information is on the flyer. But let me tell you, you guys will not be disappointed. These awards are awarding these young ladies of doing it in the community, entrepreneurship. They've been blessed in the community. They've been blessed in the community.
Yes. That's so awesome. I see you put here too on Facebook. You all can learn more about the Herpreneur International Network as well. And Dr. Nikki is on. She said, yes, that's my sister. Pink carpet. I can't wait to see you, Dr. Joe. And we've been just honoring you and saluting you, Dr. Nikki. We love you. And it's such a pleasure and a privilege to be even affiliated with everything that you're doing. You're always just really shining a great light on women. And so my glasses off to you. I don't have a hat on. My glasses. Anyway, so glad to have you on. And lots of other comments said, oh, you look good and you rock, Dr. Joe, is what Angela said. All right. Lots of comments have come in and we've had a great time talking today with Dr. Joe. Any further thing that you want people to walk away with regarding their mental health so that they're not the statistic of 1 in 5 this year? When we come back right after our final commercial break, and then we're going to hear your closing thoughts, okay? Mm-hmm. And if you all have benefited, send some shout outs, some comments, share the broadcast, let other people be exposed to Dr. Josephine Harris. Here's how you can stay connected with her. Let me make sure you know that you can stay connected. Tell them how, right quick.
Yes, you can stay connected with me through all social media. You can email me at information at commonmindsllc.com. Our website is www.commonmindsllc.com. I also have my speaker website is www.drjosephineharris.com. And I'm all on social media at Dr. Joe Harris, as well as LinkedIn and Dr. Josephine Harris as well. I also have a blog called Healthy Minds and Hearts, where I talk about my journal as a military spouse, as being in mental health, doing to mental health challenges. I also have resources on there that you can also get a part of it as well.
That is so awesome. So you have no excuse if you're struggling in any way, shape, or form, or you're not struggling, but you just want to maintain your mental health status in a good way, then you should be connecting with Dr. Joe Harris. And if you're interested as well in ever starting your own show, podcast from scratch, then make sure you know that you can reach out to me and I'll be happy to help you on this journey. Les Brown endorses the program, and he often tells people that you definitely don't want to miss the opportunity to learn how to start a show from scratch and own your own content. So make sure you know that it's in the comment sections how you can do that. You can visit KimJacobsConsulting.com if you'd like to learn more, and I'll work with you one-on-one to make your dream become a reality of owning your own show and being able to impact people that God has assigned to your hands. Okay. All right. Right after this commercial break, we're going to hear your final closing comments, and then we're going to go on our merry way for the rest of our day. We'll be right back, everyone, right after this break.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
Everyone, and I am putting this referral link here for you. If you do go over to CTR Media Network, you can copy and paste that and fill out the jot form, and it'll take you right to CTR Media Network. All right, so what's your closing comment, Dr. Joe?
You know, too often people focus on mental health issues, and when they discuss the mental health, and however your mental health is much more than the depression, the anxiety, or even the bipolar disorder diagnosis. It's your overall emotional and mental state and well-being, which includes both positive and negative elements. But in many circumstances, positive mental health focus on such resilience, curiosity, and self-worth. So you can cope with it, adversity and mental health illness. All you gotta do is you just have to, your physical health needs ongoing care. So your mental health also requires regular attention. When you are nurturing your mental health, then you can handle stress more effectively, recover from setbacks more quickly, sleep better, and physically heal more quickly in ways mental health is the key to a healthier and happier existence.
Mental health, you will have a healthier and happier existence based on what Dr. Josephine is sharing with you today. So I hope you'll implement everything that's been shared, and I hope you'll definitely share this broadcast. This is a great way to, in my opinion, kind of ease it into a conversation with people that may never be open-minded to you telling them something, but just by tagging them on the broadcast, you're helping. Mm-hmm. And you're not even tagging people that need mental health help, but you're just saying, listen, somebody that they know may need it, or you may need it. And you're like, look, I need it, and I know I've already offended you in some regards. So let me tag you so you can see this might have been what was going on with me, is what this woman is talking about. A lot of stuff that people can benefit from right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. So you see scrolling below how you can contribute to the program. Make sure you take a moment and do that. Donate whatever amount. There's no amount that's too small to allow this broadcast to continue to serve you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much, Dr. Josephine. You can do it all the time. All the time. I loved having you on. Oh, okay. I gotta go. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Thank y'all for being Thank y'all for being in the studio audience. You're awesome, Dr. Joe. Yeah. Okay, let me.
Thank you.
Okay, we still live. Let me stay backstage. I'll be out there. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show, and for being in the virtual studio audience. Your presence truly does make a difference, and I look forward to you bringing your friends and family to join you in the virtual studio audience Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you, and make it a great day.